Welcome to AKHARA Study. If you're working through your Class 12 English syllabus, you've likely come across Mahesh Dattani's play, Tara. It presents as a family drama, but beneath the surface, it functions as a dark mirror reflecting society's deepest biases. The entire story is filtered through the memories of Chandan, now living in London and going by the name Dan. He spends his days isolated in a dim, blue-lit room, sifting through a scrapbook of old news clippings. These clippings chronicle a medical sensation from his childhood, the surgical separation of Dan and his conjoined twin sister, Tara. Decades later, Dan is still struggling to survive the trauma of that operation. While science successfully separated their physical bodies, their identities remain fused. Dan's life is defined by a heavy, inescapable sense of survivor's guilt. To find the root of that guilt, Dan's memory takes us back to their childhood home. We see their mother, Baraki, showering Tara with a level of physical affection that feels obsessive and suffocating. Barati repeatedly promises to give parts of her own body to her daughter. She speaks of these sacrifices as a way to make up for what Tara lacks, as if the girl's condition is a debt that must be repaid. The physical reality of that condition is stark. Because of the separation surgery, both Tara and Dan rely on artificial limbs like these to navigate their home. There is a palpable strain in Barati's devotion. This level of manic care feels more like a frantic attempt to mask an unspoken tension than a natural expression of maternal love. Outside their home, the twins face a world that views them as medical curiosities rather than teenagers. They are defined by their physical differences in the eyes of the public. Their neighbor Rupa personifies this cruelty. She feigns friendship while privately mocking the twins, eventually labeling them freaks in a campaign of open bullying. Tara, however, is resilient. She uses a sharp wit and biting sarcasm to defend herself, meeting Rupa's ableist taunts with a superior intellect. For Tara, the neighbor's mockery is a visible enemy she can actively fight. But she has no idea that a far more damaging betrayal is being orchestrated within her own family. To find that betrayal, we must look through the eyes of Dr. Talker. He views the twin separation as a landmark achievement, a triumph of surgical precision that brought him international prestige. The mechanical challenge was immense. Dr. Talker's team had to manage dividing a shared pelvic region and assigning vital bodily systems to two separate individuals. While the doctor focuses on the mechanics, a conflict grows at home. Their mother is back in the hospital, and Tara's father, Patel, has strictly forbidden Tara from visiting her mother alone. Tara senses the gatekeeping. She grows increasingly angry, suspecting that her father is deliberately preventing her mother from disclosing a secret. Medical science may have resolved the physical conjoinment, but the patriarchal family structure uses silence to maintain absolute control over Tara's life. The pressure finally causes the family unit to fracture. During an explosive confrontation, Patel reveals the truth about the twins' birth. The medical reality was more complex than the public ever knew. The twins were born with 3 legs. Clinical tests showed that the major blood supply for that third leg originated explicitly from the female side. Biologically, the leg belonged to Tara. However, the grandfather and mother held a private meeting with the doctor. They decided to sever Tara's natural connection to the limb and graft it onto the boy, Chandan, instead. The decision was a catastrophic failure. Within 2 days, Chandan's body rejected the unnatural graft. The leg turned into dead flesh and had to be amputated. The corruption behind the surgery ran deep. Dr. Takar agreed to this unethical procedure in exchange for 3 acres of prime land for his nursing home, a bribe facilitated by the grandfather's political influence. Tara was robbed of her chance at mobility because her family valued a boy's potential over a girl's physical completeness. This revelation breaks Tara's spirit. She is forced to realize that her mother's years of suffocating affection were a shield for an unforgivable guilt, rather than the genuine love she had always assumed. Back in the present, Dan remains haunted. The weight of his unearned privilege has paralyzed him, leaving his planned masterpiece in ruins. He stares into a starry night sky, offering a final, desperate plea for forgiveness to the memory of the sister he shared a body with. Dattani's play serves as a final, stark reminder. An obsession with male superiority violently amputates the humanity and potential of everyone caught in its orbit. If this breakdown helped you prepare for your English exams, like this video and share it with your study group. Subscribe to AKHARA Study for more animated Class 12 syllabus guides. See you next time.